Man, what's up? What's happening? You already know who it is and what it is. Your first time tuning in, it's your boy Q Walker, aka Nephew Q. And over here, I got my guy Ralph C, who's the Denver Broncos and UK's biggest fan. But as you can tell by the choice of his team, he ain't that good at picking teams. Go introduce yourself, my guy.
Oh man, what's up, world? I'm a loyal fan. It ain't gonna change.
Hey, I will give you that, Ralph, man. You
Hey
you as
man.
loyal as they. Hey, man. And this goes for me as well. Anytime somebody likes a team like Tampa Bay and shit, they loyal. You know they loyal.
Man, hey man, Denver's had they good years, man. We on the come up. Okay, now you want to get quiet. Let's start the show, man. Ain't nobody got time for this foolishness.
I don't understand what come up means. I mean, we already came up. We champs
Man.
right now.
There's nothing I can say to y'all for the next year or so. Hey.
Year two.
Hey.
Year two.
Hey.
Year two.
I know. I see Tom signed the extension. It was cute.
Tom signed the extension. We tagged Chris Godwin. We just signed Shaq Barrett back.
That was smart.
We signed Levante David to a 2-year contract.
What y'all gonna do with AB?
Oh, he gonna come back. He just gonna play for the vet minimum. We ain't worried about that. AB gonna be back. Grant gonna be back. We gonna run this thing back again. Back to back Super Bowl champions.
Y'all just might, for real.
Super Bowl champions. But anyways, man, we're gonna get on into the show. We weren't here last week, but last week there was some big news that popped up. Dak Prescott got his coins, man. He got a 4 years, $160 million contract. $126 million was guaranteed. My dude also has a no trade clause, a no franchise tag clause. He's going to average $42 million for the first 3 seasons, and he got a $66 million signing bonus. Ralph, my G, did Dallas do the right thing in paying Dak?
You already know I'm about to cook on this one. So I've been saying this for a while. Pay the man, pay the man, pay the man. He deserves every penny that he got. And the thing I hate the most, the fact that he got injured in the process of getting the money that he deserved. But I think that Dallas, seen how bad their season was without Dak, they tried with Andy Dalton. They thought that he was going to be able to rescue them and they were going to be able to still lowball Dak, but it didn't work out like that. And Dak got what he deserved. So at the end of the day, if they would have paid him maybe a year ago, he might not have got as much as he got, but I think he deserved everything he got. And shout out to Dakota and his team. That's how it works.
So you're a Cowboys fan now?
I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I am a Dak Prescott fan. So we'll go there.
I don't understand why you're a Dak Prescott fan, but that's another topic for another day.
Did you hear what Michael Irvin said?
No, what'd he say?
He said something like he was the Tom Brady of something like he compared him to Tom Brady somehow. I don't know. I didn't agree with that, but I thought it was funny.
How you get compared to a guy that you ain't even got no rings, let alone 7 rings? Like,
hey man, he's still early in his career, man. We'll see what happens.
Oh, bro, I'm in the words of Stephen A. Smith, stay off the weed. Whatever trend Michael Irvin is supposed to stay off of it.
Oh man.
But for me, Dak had all the leverage. What was your next best option?
Exactly.
What was it? Andy Dalton? You gonna re-sign him? Benjamin Andanucci or whatever that dude's name is. You gonna bring him back?
Nope.
So Dak had all the leverage in the world, and then on top of that, there were no key free agent quarterbacks that was about to hit the market.
Yeah.
Really couldn't trade. You could trade for one, but you was just going to get an average quarterback at best because Dallas really had nothing to trade with.
Absolutely.
So Dak was sitting pretty. Like he was like, okay, you either pay me off. Like either way it goes, I'm gonna get a franchise tag, get paid. Are y'all gonna give me a long-term deal, get paid? Either way it goes, I'm gonna get paid. So Dallas did the right thing by paying Dak because they really had no other option. It was either pay Dak or be the Philadelphia Eagles of the South. Those are the only 2 options. Right. And of course, with this big contract comes big expectations for the next season.
Of course.
So shout out to the 8-8 Cowboys next season with Dak getting $160 million.
I don't know about that. We shall see. I think Dak has something to prove. I mean, he deserved the money that he got. I mean, that's the market. And I feel like with his talent, he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league to me.
No.
We'll leave it there. We'll leave it there.
No, we're not going to leave it there because I got
to maybe not top 5. We'll say top 7. And that's as far as I'll go. But top 7. So, I mean, that's where the number is right now. So, I don't feel like he's that overpaid, man. And like you said, Dallas had nowhere else to go. Like, they tried with Andy Dalton. They really thought that Andy Dalton was going to come and save the day. And come on, man. He's Andy Dalton. He's been what he's been. We seen that in Cleveland. In Cincinnati, but it didn't work out there. And I don't know why they thought it would work out in Dallas, but it is what it is, man. Dak got what he deserved, man. And what's up, Tosh?
Hey, what's going on, Gransbury? But yeah, I mean, like you said, Ralph, at this point, you had no choice. If you don't have a quote unquote top tier quarterback in this league, you done. And although Dak may not be top 5 elite, but he's good enough to keep you in contention as far as the playoff race. He said, "Tell Brandon Dawson he was dreaming on that." Man, hot dog. He's. I tell you this, Gransbury, he's 50-50 right now. He likes Dak, but he doesn't think Dak is worth 160 liking Dak. I know. I wish he was on here today to talk about.
Yeah, and Zeke's my boy. I like Ohio State football. Y'all pay Zeke all that money. What did Zeke do for y'all this year? But y'all don't want to pay our quarterback, which is the most valuable position. I don't get it, but
I feel like because they paid Amari that big contract last season, and they, like you said, they paid Zeke, they paid DeMarcus Lawrence, and what have they gotten for these 3 big contracts?
Absolutely.
So Jerry, I see where Jerry was coming from. He's like, "Look, man, y'all ain't gonna keep robbing me, bro. Like somebody gonna have to help me somewhere."
Come on, man.
But Dak was like, "Nah, bro. Exactly, Gransbury." She said, "Supply and demand." Exactly.
It's true. It's very true.
But we got B Legend who just popped up. So we talking
another
about
Dakota fan right there. He's another Dakota fan.
Hey Q, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Legend?
Ralph, you doing all right today?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing just fantastic. I've been waiting. I was waiting to come on. I didn't. I'm glad Q held off because I was really trying to get past the segment before.
Nah, bro. You gotta get
him. I mean, God.
Let me go over the numbers for you real quick, B. Since you
show me the money.
4 years, 160 mil, 126 guaranteed. He had a no trade, no franchise tag clause. He's gonna average 42 million over the first 3 seasons and got a $66 million signing bonus.
And 75 is coming in the first year.
Yep,
holla at your boy.
Unbelievable. But what can you say, man? I mean, he gambled and he won. I mean, he bet on himself and he won. I mean, if you ask me bluntly, do I think he's worth the money? No, he's not worth the money. Is he going to lead them to a championship, a Super Bowl? Absolutely not. It's
not for the pieces he got. He need more pieces.
Nah, it's not going to happen. I mean, something else got to change in order for that to happen. I'm happy that he got his money. I'm not going to hate on him like that. I'm happy he got his money. If I'm Jerry, would I pay him that money? Absolutely not. It would have never happened.
So what you going to do? You just going to franchise him again?
Listen, I would have – listen. This dude – hold on. Okay, let's use – listen. You going to try to tell me this guy, Dak, is worth A-Rod money?
Absolutely.
Own money?
Absolutely.
Come on, Russell Wilson. Come on, man. Come on, Ralph.
That's the market.
No. That's not what I. No. That's not what I said. I understand. Let's get this clear. I understand that I will agree with you. I will agree with Tosh. I will agree with everyone. It is the market. So he got what he was supposed to get because that's what the market told him he was supposed to have. Now we got that out of the way. If I had my choice, would I have paid that man? Do I think that he's worth that money? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, Ralph. There's nowhere in hell you think that man is worth that type of money. That man is not going to even lead them to a Super Bowl. He's not going to lead them to a Super Bowl.
We shall see.
All these other guys who we talking about making that money, they got a Super Bowl ring, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. They do.
I would look you right here.
Nah.
And tell you that unless something drastically changes for the Cowboys, Dak ain't gonna be the one to lead them to a Super Bowl.
He's gonna be part of it. They do need to get the defense together. I feel offensively, the only thing that they made
gonna be the part of by default, Ralph. He's a quarterback.
Hey man. I mean,
it's just like Tom Brady was there for the he won it because by default.
But Tom Brady still had to do what he had to do on the field. That's not take away his credit.
Won the Super Bowl. Tom Brady was just along for the ride.
Come on, man. Not just any quarterback could have played on that team and won the Super Bowl for Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston in the same situation would not have won the Super Bowl for Tampa Bay this year.
I agree with that. I'll let you have that. But all I'm saying though is that defense was when they carried that team.
I agree 100%.
And Tom Brady made the plays that he was supposed to make.
But how many times can you make that case, though, Legend? I mean, look at the Ravens. They won the Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer was he just rolled that horse all the way to the Super Bowl. Come on,
Trent Dilfer. No.
I mean, come on.
Brady has played some great
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'm not going to take that away from Tom Brady. He has played some phenomenal Super Bowls, and he has helped New England win Super Bowl.
We're talking about Tampa Bay, though.
This Super Bowl?
Come on, man.
This was the defense.
If he would have threw 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl, then it would have been a totally different story. So give credit where credit's due.
If he would have thrown 3 interceptions,
but he didn't. That's the point.
And they still won the Super Bowl. They still would have gave the MVP to Brady.
But it wasn't about the MVP. It's just you're not giving Brady any credit for what Tampa Bay did.
That's not what I'm saying, right? All I'm saying is that they won that game based on the defense. The defense kept Mahomes and them out. That's why they won. If you didn't have that defense, Mahomes and them would have went crazy, and Brady would have never won that Super Bowl. These are facts.
Which is a very smart game plan. Tom Brady at this
point. I agree. So that's why I'm giving the defense more credit than Brady. That's all.
But you're just saying Brady just rolled the train.
I said, Ralph. I said Brady made the plays that he had to make.
Come on, Legend.
Is that a fair assessment or not?
We're gonna have to roll that tape back, Q.
I'll say this: the defense put Brady in better position, so he didn't have to force anything. I'll put it like that. They didn't put it to where Brady had to force them to win a game. The defense did what they're supposed to do, kept the Bucs in good field goal position. So Brady didn't have to have a quote unquote Brady-like game. He could just, play the game and not have to worry about anything.
That's it.
Yeah. So, I mean, we run it back next year and Mahomes will get to see it again.
No, Mahomes won't be there.
You're right, Ralph. I apologize, Ralph. My bad. Mahomes won't be there next year.
I ain't gonna talk that. You ain't gonna talk about my son like that. We don't keep
So hold on, real quick before we move on to the next topic. That got a 4-year contract, and obviously he's probably going to renew that. Ralph, will they make it to at least the Super Bowl within the next 4 years?
I'll say yes.
Of course he would, Q. Of course he would. I mean, as much as he's been in love with Dak Prescott, I like to ask me, is Mahomes and A-Rod gonna make it to the Super Bowl? Yeah.
Well, Mahomes
A-Rod making it to the Super Bowl is probably I don't know if A-Rod gonna get there, but Mahomes gonna get there. Now, see, that's me. That's me being a very, unbiased, objective individual. That guy right there,
nope. Ain't gonna happen.
I don't understand.
We don't understand what you love that.
I do.
You support Dak.
Hey, B.
There's nothing wrong.
Before you hopped on here, B, he said Dak was a top 7 quarterback.
I didn't say top 5. I said top 7.
He said top 5, but then he said, okay, top 7.
Okay, so let me just entertain this. I don't want to take up too much time, so just let me entertain this for 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Who is above Dak Prescott?
Of course, Mahomes. Of course, Rodgers. Lamar. So I don't know. It depends. I would put Watson up there above him. Of course, Russell Wilson. So
who's below? Why don't we ask it? Who is below that?
Shit. I mean, where you want me to start? Carson Wentz, Sam Darnold, Matt Ryan, most of the NFL. I mean, I got him at 6 or 7. I got him at 6 or 7.
Okay, let me ask you this real quick.
So do you think that? So you think that guy? Let's take the rookie,
Justin Herbert. I was just about to ask that.
You say Justin Herbert is below that?
If you would ask me who I would pick Dak Prescott over Justin Herbert. He had a great season this year. He had a really good season, but I would pick Dak over Justin Herbert.
Okay. All right.
I don't know about that. Justin Herbert.
All right.
That's a bad man. That's a bad man, boy.
Yeah, man, that boy tough.
Jalen Hurts. Come on, Andrew. Jalen Hurts is not better than Dak. Stop it.
He's an Eagles fan. He's still on. He's done. Yeah. But while we got some people on here, while B got on here, just real quick, man, and we about to start releasing some BTG word spring collection line.
Absolutely.
We got this right here. Hard work beats talent when talent won't work hard. You feel me? We got that coming out in the spring. And then we got this is for B Legend right here.
Yes, sir.
We got the Jordan Goat tee right here.
Yes, sir.
And then we got the varsity Jordan Goat.
Yes,
right there.
Let's go.
Right there coming out. And then we also got the I know this is a different show, but a lot of fellas, you're gonna like this one right here. This is from the He Said, She Said spring collection. And this is child support is for absent fathers, not failed relationships. So this will be going on sale.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Sign me up.
So we'll start releasing those pretty soon. Ralph was like, "Hey, give me that child support right now.
Right now. Give me 5. Give me 1 for every day of the week.
Right now."
Oh man. But moving on to the next topic. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks have been in the news here a lot lately, especially the Seattle Seahawks with their whole thing, and Russell Wilson wanting to be included in offensive decisions, and they obviously ain't seeing what's going on in Houston with the whole Deshaun Watson situation. So, and then recently the Chicago Bears have said they've thrown everything but the kitchen sink at the Seattle Seahawks to get.
They're not giving him up, man.
So, B, will Russell Wilson be wearing a different uniform next season?
Oh man, that's tough. I just can't see Seattle letting him go, man. I would love to see him because then I would become a Bears fan, because they got a real quarterback. But till then, the Bears ain't got no hope.
Yeah,
they ain't got no hope. But no, I can't see them. What they gonna give him up for?
I know.
What they gonna give him up for? Like, what's the trade? What are they getting back? I want to know what the trade is. What they getting back? The only way I can see something like that is they want to just tear the whole thing down, or just start from scratch and just say they're gonna get as many draft picks as they can. And I can't see them doing that with Pete Carroll. But at the same time, they may not be able to win anymore. So it's kind of. But no, I to start off the season, I see him in Seattle.
What about you, Ralph? Will we see Russell Wilson wearing a different uniform?
Kind of the same thing Legend said. I just don't see Seattle giving him up. When you're giving up Russell Wilson, I think you're giving up the franchise. I feel like you're going into straight start over mode. The defense kind of started over some years back with the Legion of Boom, and giving up Russell was kind of the last key piece that they had from those years of going back and forth to the Super Bowl. So giving up Russell would be giving up too much with Seattle, and I don't think they're ready to make that move yet. So I see them playing in Seattle this whole season.
Look at it like this, Q. See, it ain't like that. See, Dallas could have gave up Dak. He ain't losing nothing.
Stop it, man.
You know what I'm saying? If Seattle gives up Russ, they're dead in the water.
Yeah.
Dallas can give up Dak, and hell, you can bring anybody.
Yeah. I hear you, Legend. Like, why? Leave Dak alone, man. 75 million 1 year.
So Matt Stafford went for what? 2 number ones, of course, the trade with Jared Goff. It's at least going to take the Bears 3 number ones. They have the 20th pick in this season's draft. It's going to take this one, a number 3, 1 and 3. I don't know if they want Mitchell Trubisky, but I think he's a free agent anyway.
No, they say they letting him go. They say they part ways with Mitchell. You know what? Listen, if the Bears were able to, really, capitalize on the free agent market, then maybe they could do that and give up those 3 first-round picks. But I don't know how much they have, in terms of salary cap space. But if they were able to really be successful in the offseason, prior to the draft, maybe that's something they could do. If players knew Russell was coming, they may come there and sign. Who knows?
I think it would be the Tom Brady effect. You know what I'm saying? If Russell Wilson's in Chicago already has a nice foundation. They have a nice core. Yeah. They just missing a quarterback. And I think if Russell Wilson was to go there, I think a lot of players would take some pay cuts to go up there and play with him, like down in Tampa, like we got going on right now. Before we continue on with March Sadness, Daniel down there.
Hey, bro, I love that name, Daniel. Thank you.
Hey, B, you know, people got teams dancing in this upcoming March Madness.
Oh, my God. Come on, man.
Illinois or Line.
We was talking about Russell Wilson. What was his opinion on Russell Wilson?
Hey.
And you know what?
Hey, I'm not a UK fan.
Crazy, huh?
So I'm not mad, bro. I'm not a UK fan, so I'm not mad. COVID ended our season once again, so you know.
Goodness gracious, now it's COVID.
You know, I came on the show. I wasn't even actually be completely honest with you, 100%.
Who was gonna make it?
I wasn't even really thinking about.
How was it?
No, listen. I wasn't even really thinking about what you just brought up, Q. But I do got somebody brought something up to me today, and it blew my mind. I swear to God on everything.
What's up, OB?
Do you realize that Duke and Kentucky?
Oh my God! Oh my God!
They didn't make the NIT.
Hey, UK didn't deserve to do nothing. They deserve.
We're not going to the NIT
just like they did.
We're not going.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I get it because y'all only play for championships. I get that, D. I really do get that. Same thing with you, Route Kentucky. What's the purpose of going to NIT? Because
they didn't deserve it. Even if they did get an invite, they didn't deserve
it.
You know, if you win it, you're the 65th best team. so I get it, but I ain't gonna lie. That blew my mind. I knew they would at least go to NIT. You gotta have Kentucky and Duke in NIT.
No. But they won 8 games the entire season.
It will bring some viewers.
UK.
That's what I was about to say.
They only won 8 games?
8 games. Hell no.
Really? I didn't know it was that bad. Wow.
They cannot, before I ask this question to Daniel about Russell Wilson, they cannot have Louisville, Duke, and UK in that. That is going to take away from the NCAA tournament. Everybody's going to be watching them instead of watching the
NCAA.
They need to draw. They need to do something. You can't have it. You can't have all them people at home.
Absolutely not.
It's going to take away from
when is the last time something of that magnitude has happened?
It hasn't since early 80s. It hasn't.
I mean, is that
you do? Because Baylor's in the home second round. It don't matter.
So here's my question on that.
1976.
Is it 70? Well, here's my question on that. Is it? And this is a serious question. Is that just a reflection of the season just being what it was? Or is that a reflection of the coaching? Is that a reflection of the recruiting? Is that a reflection of the play? I mean, what is that?
All the above, legend. And for UK, I'm speaking for UK only. All the above.
I mean, and I'm not being sarcastic. I'm being serious. I mean, you got, Coach K, a legend. I mean, for him not to get into the tournament, something's just off. I mean, and maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. But, saying really, to be honest with you, same thing with Cal. I mean, for those two teams, Louisville, I ain't really, once the Don left, I didn't care nothing about Louisville anyway, once Pitino left. But I'm just saying for those two programs not to make, not even the NIT, man, something's off.
Yeah. Well, you watch UK play, man. We struggled this year, offensively, defensively, chemistry, figuring out who's what. I feel like talent level of what we thought we had was not there, so it was a combination of things for UK, man.
I mean, like I said, I think the AAU rankings are kind of not accurate. I mean, I just feel like they're getting watered down because I mean, even with RJ Barrett, he was the number 1 player until Zion surpassed him, but to me, he wasn't number 1 player caliber. I mean, like when you think number 1 player, you think about when Kyrie Irving came out of high school. I think he was number 2 actually, but you know what I'm saying? Compare him to RJ Barrett or compare him to anybody that was the number 1 player coming out. Like it's just a major drop off. So when you get in top players, but they're that far down in caliber, then I mean, there's a lot of players that got.
Go ahead,
Roy's cool. Roy Williams is cool because no matter who y'all get, no matter if y'all don't get the top point guard, the top shooting guard, he still plays with their old school philosophy. I'm still going to play 2 to 3 6'10" guys. So we just going to beat you up on the offensive glass, and that makes up for our offensive efficiency. Because y'all like one of the worst teams in the tournament shooting three.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just. I mean, let me ask you this question: do you think on either one of those two teams? Again, I'm not even talking about Louisville, just UK and Duke. Is it anyone on either one of those teams that goes to the league?
Yeah.
You mean this season or all together?
No, I'm talking about this that comes out this year and goes to the league, goes to the draft.
Jalen Johnson and Matthew Hurt for us. They both were gone.
Hey, Hurt is a bad boy. I like that. I like him, man. He's tall. He can score. He can move a little bit. But for UK, I just don't believe any of them should go to the league. I mean, I'm sure they will based off potential, and I mean the amount of talent that you have in the draft is really not that high. But give me one. Give me one. Absolutely not, Q.
You said give you one.
No, I was being serious though.
What would you say?
The dude that can shoot. The dude that can shoot. He can. Yeah, he'll be on the roster.
Who?
What's the kids that he wouldn't play for like 2 months and then all of a sudden?
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He can shoot.
Allen,
if you can shoot,
Dante
you can
Allen?
make a team.
Yeah, that's him.
Make a team.
I don't know what Cal. I don't understand what Cal was doing with him this year, man. He was supposed to be our best shooter.
You know what it is. He got those recruits. So he got to get them playing time, bro.
But they weren't doing anything. Like, I just don't get it.
And Andrew, he said, DJ Boston still projected first round. They're right there. Talent difference.
Absolutely.
But you know, that's about two though. I mean, that's that LeBron connection too.
Yeah.
With DJ Boston. I mean, you already know.
Yeah. He played with his son. Yeah.
That's part of it.
That's like the highlight of his career, though. He played with LeBron James' son. Like, I don't get it.
So far, that's the highlight of his career because at UK, man, I think he had maybe one, maybe two good games in UK collectively, and for the rest of the season, he's been. I mean, the last game he had zero buckets.
Man, I'm done with UK, bro.
You done with him? Come on up. We got some
done. Ain't no way.
I mean, bro, the season's over. I mean,
you mean you done for the season,
bro? I'm UK till I die. That's my favorite team over anything. Denver, Sacramento, anything.
So women. So you said, are you saying for the season or completely done?
Oh, come on, bro, for the season. I'm a UK fan till I die. I bleed.
We just wanted clarity. We just
had to get some clarification.
Absolutely.
You that out there, I'm done.
Okay, yeah, I thought so, Andrew. I didn't think BJ Boston scored in that final game. Yeah, I didn't think so. He
didn't want to. He didn't want to.
My whole thing with it is, I would have been cool if we would have went out there and lost to Florida State. I personally think it would have been a close game. But if we would have went out there and lost to Florida State, I wouldn't even care. I mean, shit, we won 2 to 3 games in the ACC and we lost. But just for COVID, the day before,
I don't think it was COVID. It was just a coincidence, the timing and everything. I don't.
Hey, I do, and this is why. Because shit, Syracuse. I mean, not Syracuse. It was Virginia. Louisville had already lost, so it wasn't going to affect them if it came from Louisville at all. And it was somebody else in the ACC. They all had the COVID scare. So I mean, they said it was a walk-on.
Look, Georgia Tech won the ACC.
But they wasn't going to win. They wasn't going to win. Yeah, they wasn't going to win if it wasn't for COVID. So
I know, but Jesus Christ, Georgia Tech won the ACC. They ain't been good since Stephon Marbury.
They ain't been good since Jared Jack.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I think they went to with Jared Jack. Yeah. And then as far as y'all come and notice, there's no teams that rely on freshmen making noise. I think this season right here proves a lot of unique upperclassmen because with the COVID, you had players in the system with familiarity with the system, with the coach. It was kind of hard this season with the freshmen to get acclimated to college ball and everything like that and missing games. It was just too much for underclassmen. But upperclassmen like Gonzaga, things of that nature, you see what they're doing. They still ain't going to win it all, though. But anyways, hey, D, will Russell Wilson, will he be wearing a new uniform next season?
I just can't see them getting enough for Russell Wilson to trade him. I think he's been their team ever since pretty much Marshawn Lynch was gone. He's been their team. I mean, they didn't have nobody to lean on. Chris Carson's a good running back. They picked him up like in the 5th round, so he was a hell of a running back for where they got him. But I just think you give up Russ and you go back to being a lottery pick.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got offensive line that's not good. You only have 2.5 good defensive players, so I mean, and then you got Russell Wilson makes people like Tyler Lockett look like a Pro Bowler. So I mean,
yes,
I heard right after the season they inquired about what it would take to get Jalen Hurts, so maybe they were considering him. But I'm guessing after the Wentz trade, they're not trading Hurts. So the only thing I saw that could make sense is Pete Carroll wants to run the ball a lot. Dak is best out of play action. So they could have made a trade or something work for Dak and Russell Wilson. But after they paid Dak, they stuck with him. I mean,
how'd you feel about that, Daniel? What you think about Dak getting that money?
How much did he get again?
A lot.
Hold on, I got you right here. I got you. It's 4 years, 160 mil, 126 mil guaranteed, 42 over the first 3 seasons, 66 million signing bonus, and like Ralph said earlier, 75 mil this season alone.
Man, 75.
Just take a drink.
I mean, that makes sense for the back end, but was he worth that? 40 million? What was that? Like 41.5 million a year?
Yeah, 42 is the average for the first 3 years.
42, yeah, okay.
Say it, D.
He's not worth it, bro.
Okay.
He's not worth it.
How much was Jared Goff getting paid?
Like 31, 32-ish. Yeah.
Now, you know what?
I thought he was up there.
If Dak would have got like 34, I wouldn't argue.
I wouldn't argue that. I wouldn't argue 30 million. I wouldn't argue.
When you're a top 7 quarterback, those are the type of numbers you get.
What kind of number is that? A top 7 quarterback?
He was injured this year.
I'm trying to be good.
He was injured this year, so I couldn't say top 5.
Hey, you slid it in there smooth, though. You slid it in there smooth.
I can't. I'm not gonna let you do that to me, right?
You a top 9.5 quarterback,
right? He a top 7. He top. Hey, did you see it? Did you see it, D? He went in there. He was sitting there. He was signing it, and I get it, man. He's emotional. Again, I mean,
he always cries, man.
That type of bread, I'm gonna cry too.
Absolutely.
Everything's good, but all I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, I'm glad he got his money, but in order for the Cowboys to do anything with that, they need more.
Here's the top 10 quarterback salaries. I'll start off with number 1, Patrick Mahomes, 45 million. Dak, 42 million. This is per year. Deshaun at 3 at 39 million. Russell at 4 at 35 million. Jared Goff is tied at 5th, 33 million with Aaron Rodgers. Jared Goff is getting the same amount as Aaron Rodgers, 33 million. And then number 7 is Kirk Cousins at 33 million.
Overpaid.
8 is Carson Wentz at 32. Number 9 is Matt Ryan at 30. And Ryan Tannehill, top 10 at 29.5 million. That's your top 10 quarterbacks as far as highest paid.
They've been overpaying quarterbacks, man. I mean, look at the money Jimmy Garoppolo got, and he wasn't even.
Well, I think Dallas should have corrected the situation. We just not overpaying. Somebody got to change. Yeah.
But look how much they overpaid.
I was surprised by the number when they said 75 in the first year. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm a Dak fan, but that money he got, I was like, oh wow, okay. But hey, that's what happens, man. You bet on yourself. They had nowhere else to go. And that's how it ended up.
No, they had somewhere to go.
Where?
They had options.
Where?
I'm just saying. I mean, they could have traded
Jameis. They go ahead and get Jameis. Give him a chance.
Nah, I don't need no chance. Actually, man, you know what they really could have done? They could have tried to go young, man, and try to trade them, get one of them young quarterbacks. That's what they could have did. The one when young boys coming out. That's what they could have did. I'm not saying they could have done it, but I'm just saying they had options.
Yeah. How old is Dak? Like 29?
Yeah.
Hold on, I don't even think he's 29 yet.
I was about to say 27, 28.
Hey Ralph, we talking about a guy who ran the option in college.
Mississippi State. Yeah.
That's all good.
We're gonna pay him 42 million now.
Dak's 27.
27, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
he's already signed on the dotted line.
I know, but I'm just saying we ain't talking about a guy like Carson Wentz or somebody like that put the rock up in the air. Dak ran the option.
Hey, Daniel, this is for you. Leonard Floyd just agreed to a 4-year deal with the Rams for $64 million.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
I was just talking about that before the show, probably around 4:00. I think what the Rams are doing, because to me, anybody that plays on the edge is kind of like the Aaron Donald factor. Because I mean, Dante Fowler had one good year in Jacksonville, then he fell off a cliff, and we went and got him, and then he instantly had like 11, 12 sacks. So I feel like that's the Aaron Donald factor. Because Leonard Floyd came out of college with some hype, but he hadn't lived up to his hype in Chicago. We get him. There he goes, 11 sacks. But I think what the Rams are doing after getting rid of Goff, after this season, we got like a lot of cap relief because Gurley comes off the books, Cooks comes off the books. I think we only got to pay Goff like $9 million next year. So they like, we'll go ahead and sign somebody instead of keep rotating players in. So, I mean, that's good. We needed them because we got like Everett already left. I knew we wasn't going to re-sign him because we had Higbee that we paid. Our safety, Marcus Williams, he won't be back. We always get rid of our secondary players. Plus, we drafted a safety out of Oregon 2 seasons ago. He's pretty good. I thought Floyd would be gone. They re-signed Brocker. So, yeah, I mean, we have a little cap room in about 2022.
Floyd played with them last year, didn't he?
Who's that?
Floyd.
Yeah, it was his first year. We signed him for a 1-year deal. Yeah.
Man, we ain't got no cap space, but somehow, some way, we making this shit work. But anyways, man,
Brady restructured that contract.
For you, Q.
Huh?
So after the restructure, but it said 4 years. But what year does that take him to?
What's this? This is 2021. So he signed a 2-year deal. So what's this? Damn, that takes him to what?
23?
Okay,
23. Yeah.
Y'all might be all right. I can't see him making it past 2022 though. I'm gonna keep it G.
That's what. He at least got one more good one in him, man.
I'm gonna say that. I don't care. I don't care what he does. He got us a chip. I don't care how long he plays.
Absolutely.
To be quite honest with you, he can play until he's.
Y'all can ride that chip for 10 more years.
Hey, dog, he did what he was supposed to do, man. He got us a chip, so I don't care what you do after that.
Y'all good.
You know, we beat Patrick Mahomes, who was supposed to be invincible, but just need
10 points. Come on.
Is that all you got, Ralph?
That's it.
Is that all you got?
That's it.
Is that all you got? 10 points. He calls it.
He was out there looking like Lonzo Ball.
I mean, early in the season, we put a spanking on you, so we won it.
Will LeVar Ball call his son damaged goods?
Damaged goods.
Hey man, we put hey, y'all got the revenge and the rematch. We got one more coming. Don't worry about it.
We ain't worried about nothing. But anyway, we got the NCAA tournament that just kicked off Sunday with Selection Sunday, like they was just talking about earlier. Man, I don't know if you guys had a chance.
It's only us talking, Q. I mean,
my bad. So me.
I can cut my phone off if y'all want me to. I understand. I understand.
I don't know.
I understand. I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah, got nothing to say?
I have nothing to say.
Man, this ain't even about UK Duke, man. I was
okay.
We got the toughest region. That's all I was.
Oh my God, man.
That's it, man. So Daniel, I'll go ahead and throw this thing down to you while Ralph, cries a little bit about his UK Wildcats. Who do you think got the toughest region so far?
Actually,
leave me alone, Legend.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. Duke didn't. Once I saw through the whole selection show, and Duke didn't even get the option to play in the play-in like they claimed they could have did.
It's a real thing.
I didn't even look at the bracket. I ain't gonna lie to you. Now I gotta go on my phone. You're gonna have to go to Be Legend real quick. I'm gonna have to go on my phone.
Hey, I can answer the question if you want
me to. One thing I can tell you, Baylor's region is easy.
Yep. They got North Carolina second round. It's a wrap.
Michigan got the hardest bracket.
Speaking of football, Gronk just resigned with Tampa on a 1-year, $10 million deal.
Of course he did. Like Tampa Bay's just playing right now. That's how they just playing.
I mean, why did we make that announcement? Like
they playing for real.
Man, it's 1-year, 10. I don't know where we finding this money at. But anyways, go ahead, Ralph, man.
I'm going with the West. He went with the East. Legend. I'm going with the West. I mean, you got Gonzaga, Virginia, Kansas, Iowa. I think Gonzaga, Kansas, and Iowa are your top 3 teams. That's kind of what I went by when I was going through the region. So I'm gonna go with the West right now.
You said B, you went with the East.
Gotta go with the East, man. The East is tough, man.
Just to give you the top 3 teams.
You got Michigan, LSU, Colorado, Georgetown's on the go, Florida State, Texas,
Alabama.
I mean, that's a tough region, boy.
Yeah.
That's the black and blue region right there, man. I mean, I think Gonzaga got the easiest route.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think they got the easiest route. I mean, you look at their region, who they got? I mean,
they got Oklahoma second game.
Virginia. If Virginia can stay out of COVID protocol, they compete a little bit. Kansas.
Virginia always competes, though. They always compete.
The toughest game.
I don't like Virginia.
The toughest game
they're gonna have. They play. They like the Spurs, man.
The toughest game they're gonna have, and that'll be when they get to is the Iowa game. No, the Iowa game.
Yeah.
It'll be the Iowa game, and that'll be for them to go to the Final Four. That'll be the toughest game for them because everybody else gonna beat them.
I got Iowa getting beat in the second round.
By who?
Oregon. Oregon's tough, man.
I'm not saying they're not tough, Rob, but they ain't got nobody to deal with. Let me tell you something. Remember I told you this. 2 things. They ain't got nobody to deal with Garza.
Yeah.
Soul to deal with Garza. And them 2 boys that's out there that can shoot, them 2 white boys out there, they ain't got nothing for that.
That's why I love March Madness, man. This is my favorite time of the year. I got Oregon with the upset.
You got plenty of time to watch because you ain't got to maneuver.
Absolutely. And I don't have to have no feelings in it, so it's whatever for me.
I know. I ain't got none either.
He said, hey, don't worry, Andrew. We're gonna get the BTG bracket pool going up pretty soon. We're gonna get that up going up soon. It looks like Illinois got the easiest bracket in the Midwest. I mean, they got Georgia Tech, Tennessee, West Virginia,
Oklahoma State's tough, and Houston stuff
too.
No,
but Oklahoma State's not really tough. They got one player. They got Cade Cunningham.
That's it.
You neutralize him. I'm matter of fact, you just let his buckets and take care of everybody else. And
the reason why that's not a tough matchup for them because Oklahoma State ain't gonna have nobody to deal with Illinois big man.
I know. Illinois is tough. I got them going to him. I got them going to the final.
Cunningham get caught up with that big boy, so
gonna get tough on. Oh yeah. Illinois is tough, man.
We tough.
Did you say Illinois has the easiest or the hardest?
Easiest. I think Illinois got the easiest bracket. I mean, easiest region.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at Illinois too. They got the easiest one based on all ones I saw. I mean, Houston is tough if they get hot.
Houston's gonna be tough.
West Virginia is always going to put you in a dogfight.
That's what I'm saying. But
it's not really going to affect Illinois. It's not really going to affect Illinois because Illinois plays slow, half court. So I mean, unless they can get sped up, I really don't see that being a problem.
I don't see no team in that region that
everybody else.
I'm gonna tell you the game that I can't wait to see if it happens is the West Virginia Syracuse game. If it happens, you talking about 2 teams that's gonna zone you to death.
See, I got Syracuse getting beat in the first round.
I know. I said if they make it.
Yeah.
I mean that would be. I just want to see how they coach that game.
Yeah. That game will be 59-55. That's how
you talking
about zone always slows everything down. That 2-3,
man. But I'm just saying. I mean, you got 2 teams that live by the zone.
Yeah,
Boeheim is all he's played. It's the zone.
Absolutely.
I would really want to see how they play that game. That'd be a really, really interesting game.
Man, I'm gonna keep as the theme of the show, as Daniel has alluded to a lot. Is I'm gonna keep it a buck. Man, we might go home. we might go home second round for real.
Ain't no Mike. Baylor's sending that home.
See, now
you real talk. You may not even get out of first round against Wisconsin.
That's true too. But
I haven't watched Wisconsin play this year.
Forget all that.
I think you will.
Wisconsin's all right.
They're all right. I mean, we got 9 Big Ten got 9 teams in there. Wisconsin's all right, but I think North Carolina got enough to beat them.
Yeah, I do too.
We're going to take lead.
The boards is a big factor.
Yeah.
Now, don't get out of hand.
Yeah. Now, when y'all come up against the Baylor boys,
Yeah, that's a different monster right there, man.
But I'm saying, can't nobody deal with us inside. We good. We Gucci. Hey, like I said, Elite Eight, book it. I ain't been wrong yet. I said my Lakers was going to win. We won. I said my Bucks was going to win. We won. Elite Eight, book it. Book it.
But, it always sucks to get that 8-9 seed.
I know it.
It's a tough game.
We're not worried about that. We're just gonna have it to where we, take the first number 1 seed out. So we're not worried about that.
Yeah,
we ain't worried about that. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you, B. I think looking at this, I would say the East region, man, probably is the hardest region, man. You got, like you said, Michigan, Georgetown, Florida State. You got Texas, Alabama, who just won the SEC. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to go with that. Yeah,
man. Michigan can get bounced in the second round. I mean, because they lost Livers. Livers is out with the stress factor. That's big. They're gonna play.
No, it is big. I like Michigan.
I mean, they can end up playing LSU. That could be a problem for them. I mean,
St. Bonaventure, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
St. Bonaventure, it's the different St. Bonaventure. Yeah, they got us on there now. It ain't those guys that you see ain't at the Y, but they got clips.
Yeah,
I look at it. St. Bonaventure.
I think Florida State's going to be the key game for Michigan. I think that I picked them to beat Florida State, but I think Florida State might get it.
Florida State. Hey, look, don't sleep on Georgetown. I'm just trying to tell you.
I was just looking at Georgetown too.
They've had a tough season this year. They've been up and down, man.
I'm just trying to remember that. I do not.
Don't believe in Florida State.
Florida State is always one superstar player away from doing something.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this: Is it a consensus that Gonzaga's going to lose?
I think it's I think it is. It's just a matter of when.
I got them going to.
I think it's a matter of when too.
Yeah.
I just don't know who, but I think it's a matter of when they're going to lose.
The sad part is they always do. That's why we saying it, because they always find a way to lose.
They always lose.
Always, man.
It's the craziest thing in the world. They always lose.
Yeah.
Always.
They got robbed 4 years ago, though.
You said you gave them 3 wins, Daniel?
I'm giving them at least 3 wins.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got them. So you got them beating.
So they I
don't know who's gonna win it. Missouri game. I don't know who's gonna win that game.
I might roll with.
I got Gonzaga playing Oregon in the Elite Eight. I don't know why I got faith in Oregon this year.
Out yet.
Nah, I'm gonna wait till we put the bracket challenge because I don't want y'all stealing my picks.
Yeah, because I don't want y'all to know who I'm picking to win it all.
I want y'all stealing my picks, man. So I was gonna do the Final Four topic, but I'm like, nah, man, I don't want them jokers stealing my picks. But
come on, man,
I can tell you mine.
Come on, man.
Go ahead, B.
I can tell you who's going to the Final Four.
That's gonna be the game. Baylor versus Illinois, Final Four. I can't wait to that game.
Who'd you say, Ralph?
Baylor versus Illinois in the Final Four. So
we lost to them earlier this year.
So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough.
Who you got in the Final Four, B?
Nope, I ain't telling
you. This guy.
I got Baylor versus Illinois, and I got Gonzaga versus Michigan.
You said Baylor, Illinois, Gonzaga, and Michigan.
Yep.
B, I'm gonna give you a little bit of credit, and I mean little.
Just a little bit.
Daniel, don't even do that.
Yeah, don't do it.
He just poked his head up. I seen somebody that must have known him from back in the day, and he said, "Now you an Illinois fan?" So,
you saw that.
You get a minuscule amount, but I'm only giving them credit because I did not think that Illinois would have kept it up for a whole season. I thought probably by third week of January they would have started falling off, but they stayed pretty consistent. So I'm gonna give them a little bit of credit.
They definitely did.
I ain't giving them RB no credit. I don't care. I ain't giving them nothing. Absolutely nothing, man. But anyways, last topic of the day. One of the best quarterbacks of all time, if not our generation, announced his retirement. I think it was Saturday. Yeah, I think it was Saturday. He announced his retirement from the NFL. I'd like to thank my Tampa Bay Bucks went ahead and retired him a month or so ago, but that's right now. So, Ralph, as we sit back and think about Drew Brees, man, what's your thoughts on his career? What do you think about Drew Brees?
He overachieved. I think, I'm not. It's not being disrespectful.
Not in a bad way.
I don't
think
think
Dak don't surpass everybody.
Nah, I just think Dak's a good quarterback, bro. But I just think that when he came in the league, a lot of people always kind of put labels on quarterbacks on where they think they might be or where they might end up. And I feel like where Drew Brees ended up as far as his career, I mean, he ended up being one of the top quarterbacks that we've kind of ever seen. Like, honestly, what he did with the Chargers, and then going to New Orleans, reviving that city, reviving that team, winning the Super Bowl. He beat Peyton Manning in the Super Bowl. So I think Drew Brees did a lot. He was a good quarterback. He was never one of my favorite quarterbacks, but he's definitely one of the most consistent quarterbacks that I think we'll ever see.
What about you, B, man? When somebody mentions Drew Brees, as you reflect on his career, what's your thoughts about him?
I would say he's probably one of the greatest little quarterbacks. Because I mean,
I would say probably the greatest.
Yeah, little quarterbacks. Because because Drew is, I mean, he's probably barely 6 foot, 6'1", if that.
Barely 6 foot,
yeah, if that. So that's why I say littlest quarterbacks. Now, I mean, I'm not. I mean, by default, I mean he's gonna go down as a legend. I mean, with all the passing yards and touchdowns and everything else. I mean, that goes without saying. Now, is he the best? No, I mean he's not. No, he's not the best. I mean, he's not better than A-Rod or Mahomes or none of those guys. Those guys are always gonna be top of the list forever. No, I'm just joking.
Oh Lord.
I'm just joking. But no, I mean, I think he goes by. When I look at Drew Brees, he's just one of the greatest, if not the greatest, little quarterback that I've seen.
And that was part of the reason why I said overachieve. You know what I'm saying? Based on size, also.
I get what you were saying, Ralph, and it's like Drew Brees. Out of anybody, I don't know. Out of anybody we've probably seen, he probably got the most out of his talent than probably anybody we've seen. And that's what Ralph was saying about overachieved is that
absolutely
at like be alluded to, small quarterbacks, he was already, sliding from the beginning. And then, of course, he had that rotator cuff injury when he's coming from the Chargers, the physical with the Dolphins, and then that's how he ended up with the Saints. And he got the most he could out of his career. And that's what Ralph mean by overachieving. Not overachieving like he was crap, but he did the most with a career that people didn't really think he was going to have. They thought he was going to be decent, but we didn't think 50,000 yards.
Absolutely.
Touchdowns. Like nobody saw that shit coming. But man, I saw him twice a year. I'm glad he's gone. I'm glad he's done.
I mean, this is supposed to be a reflection of playing in his career, and I'm glad he gone.
I'm glad he's gone, bro. So now all we got to worry about is Matt Ryan twice a year. So
he's done too. Don't worry about it.
We good, but now, man, like Drew Brees, man, he's an all-time great quarterback. And to back up what B said, I think he probably is the greatest little quarterback of all time because we've never seen a quarterback 6 feet under do the things that he done. And he revitalized the city. He made the Saints relevant. Like who does that? So he made the Saints relevant for 15 seasons, had them in Super Bowl contention for 15 seasons. So he had a dope career, man. It's sad to see him go, but I'm glad he's gone though, because we can, get on with this division now. But Daniel, man, what's your thoughts about Drew Brees in his career?
I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm gonna go a little bit further back because I'm gonna talk about nobody really talks about his San Diego days. My uncle played football. It was an All-American at Purdue, so I followed Purdue even when they were stuck. Just because my uncle went there, it's something you do when you're a young kid. So I watched him play in college, and he was pretty good. But what he did, the transformation from San Diego, which he was a good quarterback, he'd give you like 28 touchdowns, something like that. But when he went to the Saints, and that gives some credit to Sean Payton, I think he's got 3 5,000-yard seasons. He's got like 4 or 5 seasons where he threw for over 40 touchdowns. Absolutely. So, I mean, he's easily the best little quarterback, and he'll probably be – I I mean, in our lifetime, he might finish when we all different ages, but when we die, he still might be top 10 all time. You probably won't see what he's doing. I know B loves his sons, but Drew Brees could make to me, Drew Brees could make every throw. Like a 5-year fan, if you had Drew Brees as your finishing quarterback, you was gonna win the league every year.
Numbers every year.
No question.
Yeah.
But here's the question. But here,
I mean, he had one.
Go ahead, D.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say, it was 1 year he had over 50 touchdowns and over 5,000 yards. And I mean, if you think about it, if you look at what he was working with, he never had a Randy Moss or Wes Welker or Jerry Rice. Never. He had guys like Marcus Colston. He played with Joe Horn for a little bit. So I mean, what he did with what he had is only second to what Tom Brady's done with his.
Absolutely.
With his wide receiving core. So I don't know. I give him some credit. Glad he's done because he was looking horrible. So
yeah. Like I said, 3 years ago, man, he should have wrapped it up.
Well, what? So now I'm curious. Staying on that same topic, the Saints. What happens? Do they take Jameis? Does Sean Payton have the ability to turn Jameis into a great quarterback? What do they do? Where do they go?
I think he has the ability to turn Jameis into a serviceable quarterback because Jameis is not bad, but he's not great either. Yeah. So I think he has a chance to turn Jameis Winston into Dak Prescott. He ain't bad, he ain't great either.
Yeah, walk off the stage, Daniel. Walk off the stage.
Watch what I'm trying to tell you. What's the difference between? Watch what I'm trying to tell you. Watch what I'm trying to tell you. If Ryan Tannehill gets 29 million, Jameis Winston can be right there behind him.
You know what, Q? You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this: that there's a possibility that because of the system that they run, that Jameis can be a system quarterback.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He could be a system quarterback because of, but I don't know, man. The way that Drew ran that offense, man, it was so efficient.
Absolutely.
I don't know if Jameis can do that if he signs, with them. But I mean, Jameis got potential. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. Let me just say.
Well, hold on. Let me ask you this real quick, B. So you said that system, Drew Brees, was so efficient. So did Sean Payton tailor that offense to Drew Brees? So now he can tailor his offense to Jameis Winston that suits what he does well. So can we say that Sean Payton might tweak his offense for Jameis?
I think he's going to have to. I think he's going to have to because I don't think, in all fairness, I mean, we all know that Jameis Winston is not Drew Brees, and he's nowhere close.
Not even close. Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that. And Drew Brees that was able to come up and read defenses very well. Take what he would pick you apart, take what you gave him. Short passes, outs. Get you on play action, go deep, whatever. Jameis is how Jameis is. Jameis is Jameis. I mean, Jameis gonna go out there. He gonna make some dumb throws. He gonna go for big plays when he shouldn't go for big plays. So, and I think those are things that probably drive Sean Payton insane.
Absolutely.
So I think I think that he would be. I think we would be crazy to think that Sean Payton would not have to change his offense to kind of suit the quarterback that he has. Because I don't think Jameis can run that offense as efficiently as Drew. But then the other question is, do they go that route with Jameis?
I say that they shouldn't.
Do they go with Taysom Hill as their quarterback?
I think they should.
They have to.
I was gonna say Taysom Hill has shown that he's a gadget guy. Like
I don't believe in him either, man.
I mean, I'm just saying, but see, that's a guy. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you points with his legs. Because he moves better than Jameis now.
Of course, yeah,
in the pocket.
But does he throw better than Jameis?
No, Jameis got a cannon. But
that's That's what I'm saying.
Has Jameis gotten better? Does he have the ability to read defenses? Does he have the ability to do the things that he struggled with when he's in Tampa?
And I say no. And I think that Sean Payton has seen that in the time that he's had Jameis this year. And I think that's partly why they haven't said, okay, we're going to go with Jameis. I don't even think Sean Payton wants Jameis. I think
why they sign him then?
Because that's his only option.
I mean, that's the only option. That's the only option. But see, I disagree, Ralph. I mean, there are other quarterbacks they can either listen, Ralph. There are quarterbacks they can try to get, or there's quarterbacks they can try to draft up and get. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, they ain't got to just say, "Oh, well, there's just nothing here. We can't get."
Not necessarily that there's not nothing here, but you have a quarterback that's learned your system for a year. You have a quarterback that you're somewhat comfortable. He definitely ain't Drew Brees. He definitely can't make the throws. He definitely doesn't have, I would say, the IQ that Drew Brees had. No, he's not. He's not going.
He don't have the IQ. But
what about if something crazy was to happen and the Saints was able to pull off a trade for Deshaun?
I would love to see that. Because I
wouldn't.
Deshaun Watson and Sean Payton's offense, that would be
I don't even know why you spoke at it. You need hush with all that. Yeah. We're not going to talk about that, bro.
Yeah.
We finally got this thing going.
Deshaun Watson and Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara. Woo.
He knows Brady don't have a chance
against that. So, anyways, Daniel. So anyways, to your comment, man, I think that Jameis would do better, and I think a lot of Jameis' mistakes that we found out this year was because it was Bruce Arians' offense, which was push the ball down the field. So I don't think a lot of it was Jameis. It was just the system that he was in that Bruce Arians said, "No, we're gonna throw the ball deep. That's what we do." And I think Sean Payton will help Jameis Winston a lot. I think Jameis Winston will be 45 and 30. 45 and 30, 4,500 yards, 30 touchdowns, 19 interceptions.
That's pretty easy. That sounds good. That sounds accurate.
Check my stats.
Yeah, I think I think Jameis Winston can do that. They'll be 9 and 7, 8 and 8, around that area.
Put a case of dew on it.
Man, we can put it on. Matter of fact, does somebody owe me a bottle or something for a Tampa win the Super Bowl? But anyways, man, what's your thoughts, Daniel, on the whole Drew Brees? I mean, Jameis Winston in the New Orleans situation.
I feel like Jameis is getting disrespected, and I'm not saying that he's owed anything, but to give a guy the reins, and I know he's been in the system for a while, but he was in the system as a tight end special teams gadget guy. It wasn't until last year that he actually was. They really wanted him to be a quarterback because they knew Drew Brees was on his last leg. But if you look at before 2020, they had him listed as a tight end. I know in fantasy you could play him at tight end or quarterback. Jameis Winston is a quarterback. If you're going by what he's achieved, no, he's not a proven quarterback. But if you go by stats, he's proven. We've seen Jameis throw for 5,000 yards. We've seen Jameis throw for 30 touchdowns more than once. He can make every throw. His decision making is not the best. That's what a coach is for. He's learned behind Drew Brees. So to me, I would like to see Jameis get a chance. But who knows if he will or not. I don't know. I don't understand Sean Payton's infatuation with Taysom Hill. They was paying a backup quarterback $20 million. Like I just don't understand it. So
I don't understand.
It has to be something personal, man, because I mean on the field,
and he's old.
He's Tim
like
Tebow to me.
3 years old or something.
Let me see Taysom Hill. Yeah, because I don't understand that either, Daniel, with the point of paying a gadget guy that much money to where he's not even really on the field for 50% of your snaps. So like, I don't get it, man.
He was a top paid tight end 3 years ago.
They locked him up, so they got some purpose for him.
Yeah, he's gonna try to use him.
He's 30 years old.
Okay, I thought he was over 30. Okay.
So Taysom Hill?
Yeah. So when this upcoming season, he'll be 31 because his birthday's in August. So he'll be 31 coming into the season, man. The Aints are going to be gorging out, man. I'm trying to tell them, bro. They need to get rid of Michael Thomas next, and then we'd be
as long as they got Jameis at quarterback.
They need to get a deep threat to me. I think they need a deep threat wide receiver. They let Emmanuel Sanders go.
Yeah,
those other guys are all right, but they're just like filler. You know what I mean? They can play the slot or a fourth wide receiver spot, but they got to get a go. Yeah, they need somebody opposite of Michael Thomas because that slant or 8-yard comeback. That can't work all.
Yeah, it's
all
not gonna
year,
work.
You know what I
Nah.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck doing that with Jameis.
Yep.
Exactly the point. Yeah.
Wait.
Them slants and comebacks is pick six city for Jameis, boy, because they're gonna jump on them routes all day long.
Because he's looking 30 yards downfield first.
Yep.
That's y'all boy.
Nah, my boy just got us a Super Bowl, so I'm cool, bro.
You know what? You know what?
What be?
You need to stop it. Tom Brady is nothing your boy.
Thank you. Hey, somebody said.
God, at least just say. I mean, call it what it is. My team won and be cool, but don't say that's your boy.
Tom Brady's my boy. The Lakers is my squad. Like you want me to keep going on and on?
Well, your squad they ain't gonna get the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed. They gonna be down. I tell you that.
Who you talking about, the Lakers?
Yeah.
Down.
I
I'm a Lakers fan, but
AD just said he's got 3 more weeks.
I just said like 5th or 6th seed. It not too far down.
I give him about 4.
I mean, the only reason why it ain't no big deal is because you got LeBron and them, and they don't care about playing the home and none of that.
Absolutely.
But I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Now you know whatchamacall's out now. I know this is dumb when I say this. So you don't laugh, but Jared Dudley's out now. He tore his MCL, ACL. I'm serious. The reason why it's big. This is why it's big. Because it opens up a roster spot.
Yeah.
That's why.
Who y'all gonna get?
Oh, I don't know.
Hassan Whiteside.
But I'm telling you, just remember when I told you, Ralph, it makes a big difference because that was one of the issues that they had. They only had 1 roster spot. Now they got 2. So it makes a big difference. And depending on if they make a trade, they may open up something else. So and then they probably gonna wait for the buyout market and see what they get out there. But
you sound like you know something. You sound like you know something.
So did he get hurt on the court or off the court?
I don't know.
Nah, he walked up and tripped over the bedpost.
That's what I was about to say. They said,
I don't know. I'm assuming he got an injury. I'm assuming he got hurt.
Yeah, I know.
I'm assuming he got hurt in practice.
I know. Hey, Jared, we need to.
But I will say this though. And I'm gonna say this. And if I had a button, I would push it.
Nah, just say it.
Nope. If another MF will go to Brooklyn, I'm gonna stop watching. As a
matter of fact, I don't think we got to talk about that last week either. The Blake Griffin signing. Okay, so let's before we wrap it up, man. Let's talk about the Blake Griffin signing. What was your thoughts on that, Ralph?
It was cute.
It was cute.
It just added a decent player to the roster. I don't like the way that kind of Blake at this point in his career, like he's more of a shooter than he is a inside guy. So I don't really know how much he helps. So we shall see in the playoffs. It's the playoffs for me with the Nets. They can do whatever they want in the regular season, but until they do something in the playoffs, it's championship or bust for me. So if you just add another piece and you don't win a championship, it really means nothing. So we shall see.
What about you, Daniel, man? What was your thoughts when you saw the Blake Griffin signing?
In the words of the great Lil Wayne, I love it. I effing love it.
I know Harden's going on.
But, I mean, because, look, you got to think about what he did with Clint Capella. What you think he's going to do with Griffin, with old Blake? Because Blake's just been chilling. He been in Detroit. We lose. I can drop 30. We still going to lose. We're going to win 30 games. So, I mean, I think Blake's got something left. Blake also helps them. I mean, if you watch Detroit, whenever they played the Lakers, when they would they had Drummond at the time too, but they would give the Lakers fits because LeBron, people don't see how slow LeBron is now because a lot of times his matchup is smaller than him. So once he gets his shoulders past, he can just body him. But when they had Drummond and Blake, he couldn't just run them over. So I like that from that standpoint. Plus, Blake Griffin is a shot blocker. But I'm going to keep it G. Is the pick, like, does it put them over the top? No. And even if Blake was averaging 20, it just doesn't because of the way that he has to get his points. Now, if he's cool with just being a rim run guy like he was in LA and Harden could just throw him lobs, cool. But when he's got to dribble and ISO and shoot middies and 3-pointers. Nah, we don't need you to do it.
That's what I said, man. Hustle, bro.
Kyrie. Get your ass to the block.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go back in time. We're gonna preserve your career like Jeff Green keeps getting these contracts at 34.
I know.
Boy.
He stay on the roster though.
Uncle Jeff, that's what I call him, Uncle Jeff.
He stay on the roster.
Boy,
Uncle
Jeff Green
Jazzy
stay
Jeff,
getting
man.
money.
Yeah.
Man, I'm right there with you, Daniel. I gotta wait and see because he was averaging like 12 and 4 in Detroit. I don't know if he was doing that just because he was just like, man, this is Detroit, ain't nobody studying us, and he was just like, coasting, or if that's really who he is right now. So I gotta wait and see, man, because I don't know which Blake Griffin we saw in Detroit. I don't know if he was just coasting, or if that's really who he is. But even if that's not who he is, 12 to 14 points for Brooklyn Nets, that's great for them. Then it becomes a point of where do you put him at? Do you start him over Joe Harris? Do you bring him off the bench? Did they talk about this before they brought him on and he signed on for whatever role just to win a chip? So I just got to wait and see what Blake Griffin still got left in the tank. But like Daniel said, if you out here shooting middies and whatnot, nah, bruh. Nah, we good on that. We got Kyrie, we got Harden, we got KD. We don't need you for that, bruh. Get it off the glass is what they used to tell me, bro. Get it off the glass, man. You want to get it off the glass, bro. I'm gonna take a wait and see approach with Blake before I say, you know what? Yeah, this is him. But B, go on, get us out of here, man. With your thoughts about the Blake Griffin.
At first I was like, man, this and that just gives them another, piece of, firepower to their arsenal. But then I thought about it. I said,
I'm stupid.
And I said, what?
He looked like I
don't know if y'all know who he is. He's UK's point guard.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Part of the 8-win season, but anyway.
I just, back in the days when it was, CP and Jordan and Blake Griffin, this is the same guy, jumping over cars and doing all that. He don't have the same athleticism as he had back then.
No.
Of course not.
If it was that guy, then I'd be like, ooh, this might
punch on you.
Yeah,
he can still do it.
I still don't get that. Listen, man, he's still a basketball player. He can still get up. He can still get stuff done. I don't think he's not that guy anymore. He's not a 25-point guy. He's not going to get. Plus, in that office, the way that they run it, I just don't see how. I really don't see how he even fits into the equation. To be honest with you. If you just watch them play, too
much for Blake.
Yeah, it's Kyrie has deferred. James Harden is clearly the point guard, and he will distribute the ball. But like I say, man, like when KD gets back, man, like I gotta see it, man. I
gotta see it. I gotta wait to see what it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just don't. I truly don't. They're gonna make it work because they're professionals and they want to win. So they're gonna make it work. But the impact that Blake Griffin would have is going to have, I don't think it's just going to be that major. Do I think that he would have had a better impact maybe with the Lakers? Maybe. But the Lakers don't need Blake Griffin. You know what I'm saying? They don't need a four like that. They need a big man. They need a mobile big man. They could use him. I'm not saying
trash.
I was gonna say we could use him because we got that mountain that sits down there that don't move.
Yeah, and see that, and now the only thing I'm thinking about when it comes to Marc Gasol is that Marc Gasol is going to become very beneficial in the playoffs.
That's my guy, Donovan.
When the game slows down,
of course, playoffs.
That's when he becomes valuable. Right now, he ain't valuable. I mean, he's just out there. He's in foul trouble and stuff like that. So they've got to figure out. They got to make some moves and do some stuff. There's a lot. There's a lot of guys that are on the trading block right now, or potentially that could get released. The problem is the Lakers can't really trade for too much anybody unless they give up, Tucker, unless they don't give up Kuzma or something like that, because they've already given up first-round picks to New Orleans and stuff like that, and they can only give up every other year on the first-round pick. So they really don't have that much. So they really are kind of backed into a position where they got to wait for the buyout market anyway. So you got to wait to see the fallout. I think you're looking at guys, like Trevor Ariza, Drummond, and there's a couple other guys out there that they're looking at as well. But I think Brooklyn is still in play. I think if Brooklyn gets let's say Andre Drummond goes to Brooklyn.
Yeah, if he gets Drummond, it's over.
I mean, I'm just telling you, man. This strictly from a basketball perspective. I don't know how you ain't got enough firepower for that.
I think Drummond goes to LA.
I mean, I'm just saying though, if he goes to Brooklyn, LA just ain't got enough firepower for that.
No.
Damn, LA, nobody does.
I mean, I think Wesley Matthews is a shell of himself. He is not
for sure.
He has not given them what I think everybody thought that he would be able to give them.
He's playing like Caldwell Pope.
What did they think though? What did they think he was going to be?
Thank you, Daniel. Thank you.
You know what?
He hasn't been the guy since the ACL.
Yeah.
No, the Achilles. He tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
Achilles. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. I think that they thought that they would still get that he was still that guy, and they would be able, because he was still partially that guy in Milwaukee. But it looks like from last year to this year, I mean, this dude just went off a cliff. He's not even look, man, he's not even in the rotation.
And I think Milwaukee, the situation in Milwaukee was more of a team defense thing. So
yeah, and he hung his hat on his defensive skill set.
He was a 3-and-D guy, yeah.
Yeah, and I just don't see that. I don't see that in him. You got Marcus Gasol. I mean, I don't get that. Caldwell Pope. I'm not a Caldwell Pope fan. Y'all know that. Schroeder. I think I think he's a valuable dude. I mean, he surprised me. He surprised me.
He can actually get his off the dribble, so he helps.
Shooter surprised me, but I think not having those guys that's got those legs and got that bounce on the inside, that hurts them. And because in the playoffs, what's going to happen? They're going to put big ass Marc Gasol in the pick and roll and kill him out.
God.
Force him to move his feet.
He better retire after this year. I'm telling you that.
But there's no way that the Lakers stand pat with the team that they have. It's just, but they're limited. So I think that they have to do something. But if Drummond goes to Brooklyn, man, I mean, it's because Brooklyn trying to get rid of what's his name? What's the guy who hurt his knee on Brooklyn's team that ain't playing? Is it LeVert?
He got traded.
Dinwiddie.
Yeah, they trying. Look, they still got Dinwiddie sitting on the bench, But
they said he's 10 weeks ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
on his recovery.
But even with him, they try to trade him. So you see what I'm saying? So they got pieces that they can trade to bring somebody else in to make them even better. You know what I'm saying? So the more people they bring in, the more ridiculous this thing gets. It's like.
It's already gotten.
It's like that thing you posted, Q. What is that? What did Kevin Durant say, Q? What did he say? Talking about what happened to the competition.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, KD, what happened? What was that?
KD and Kyrie is laughing at the league right now because they doing it their way, and they don't care what nobody got to say, bro.
They said, "Oh, y'all want to do this? Let me show you how to do this."
They are laughing right now.
So, but we got something up our sleeve. Don't worry about it.
We do. We good. We Gucci. Watch what we got to do.
Don't worry about it.
Hope y'all got a miracle.
Don't worry about hater number one.
Hope y'all got a miracle.
Hey, when AD and Schroeder come back, the Lakers are gonna be all right, though.
It'll be all right. We just got to keep Drummond away from Brooklyn. That's all.
I'm trying to figure out. In all seriousness, what's really going on with KD?
Brother, he got to be ready for the playoffs, bro.
Yep, I think that's what it is. He's pulling a Kawhi Leonard this year.
Hey, look, we 4 weeks from the playoffs. He's chilling.
He's chilling. He's not worried about coming back.
He's gonna come back maybe 2 weeks before the playoffs, just so he get his stamina back, get in rhythm and everything like that. He's gonna magically start feeling better, 2 weeks prior to the playoffs, so he can get his rhythm and get the chemistry down pat. So I think KD is just chilling, man. He's good,
and KD's the player that doesn't need to have, like, as far as build the chemistry like Kyrie and Harden. I feel like KD can play with anybody. He's a shooter, he's a scorer, and he's gonna do what he's gonna do regardless of what team he's on.
Yeah, like KD anyway. And on top of that,
they can win with Harden.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say, Daniel. Once you see that they can win with Harden and Kyrie, they was like, bro, you can chill. We good. We got this, bro. Don't even worry about it.
For real. I said it just like that. We good. You cool.
They told him, they said, man, you're looking a little frail anyway. We're going to build you up for the playoffs. Just go lift. You good. You back. Just go lift a little bit.
They worry about it.
Like I said, when I'm telling you, I'm really interested to see how that works when he comes back, because that's a lot of moves. And I'm not saying it can't work. I mean, James Harden, he will defer. Durant will defer. You know, I think they are. But are they going to defer too much?
Nah. I don't think
because
so.
Kyrie wants all them shots, so they.
I don't think they'll hurt too much because not only that is because KD knows when to be like, all right, bro, like here, give me the ball. Like I think KD, if it gets to that point where they see like everybody's like trying not to step on each other's toes in a game 6 or a game 7 type of thing, I think KD will take over and be like, here, give me the ball, and he'll score 35, 40, have 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and there goes the ball game.
But you got 3 players that you can do that, but like, just give me the ball and let me do it. You got 3 players that you like literally can just take over the game. Like
Kyrie's having a career year, man.
Because they letting Kyrie do what he want, man. You letting Kyrie he's happy.
Here's the thing: LeBron just sitting there laughing. Yeah, and he's like this. He's like, yeah. So here's another super team.
Yeah,
I think the Kyrie having his career year is based on one thing. Is that Kyrie is playing his natural position. Nobody has ever let Kyrie play his natural position. He's always played point guard. Now he's quote unquote the 2 guard. He can play his natural position and do what he does best, which is score. He ain't got to worry about facilitating, getting other teammates involved. Hey, bro, James Harden, you got that, bro. Just give me the ball. Give me the ball.
Let me score. Let's let me score.
That's why he's having a career years, because he's in his natural position, man. What do you say? He go be legend, about to hate on Kyrie.
Hate on I'm about to hate on Kentucky.
No, that's KY. It's for Kyrie. KY. Kai.
Killer Kai.
I ain't going. What I got to hate on him for? I mean, what I will say about Kyrie, you cut that damn hair. I'll tell you that, man. Going on Afro.
Hey, bro.
I talked to Kyrie. We doing this Afro.
Kyrie he's on cloud nine right now, man. He don't care.
No, I mean, I ain't got nothing. I really don't have anything bad to say about Kyrie. Kyrie is Kyrie. I mean, Kyrie, he's a different cat.
He's a different guy.
He does what he does, and he does what he does his own. His own beat. He walks his own beat.
Yep. Marching to the beat of his own drum was a person.
Absolutely.
He don't care. So I mean, it is what it is. So don't worry, Andrews. I ain't hating on Kyrie. Kyrie is who he is.
He said we'll see you in the playoffs. I mean, we talk.
Who's y'all?
You was like a fan, so I'm on your side, B.
Oh, okay. I gotta check with you. I mean, I know what Daniel
is. Sacramento
Ralph's team.
Daniel said,
do you ever hear me talking about playoffs, about my team?
Daniel said he's good either way. He gonna win either way.
I'm good either way. Los Angeles Nets, baby.
Los Angeles Nets.
Literally.
I gotta watch you, Ralph. You jump shit. I gotta
I don't. I'm very
Tell him, Ralph. You stay true. Tell him, Ralph.
Absolutely.
You a Clippers fan. Tell him.
Never.
He can't win. He can't get away from UK. He got to deal with Swiper Fox. He got to deal with him. They ain't never making the playoffs.
Never.
Man, good luck with that. Hey, like we were saying before y'all got on the show, man. That's a loyal dude. If you can stick with the Kings, boy, you're a loyal dude.
Yeah. Loyal, because they are.
They ain't been good since what? 2000, 2001.
Since Webb and Pager was there.
Yeah, 2000.
And White Chocolate, Jason Williams.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Arco Arena.
Yeah, Arco Arena, baby, right there in the middle of all the corn that you can ever make.
Hey, man, let them Cowboys ring, man.
All the corn that you can never. Ralph, when I tell you the middle of a bunch of corn, it's in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of corn.
It's all
on
good,
the way to
man.
the airport. They will never
all good. Man, one day, 1 year, we'll be back.
Who?
On that note, we get ready to get on up out of here. We appreciate everybody who tuned in today for another great show.
The Kings, man. Sacramento. You heard me? Sacktown.
Anyways,
you pick teams that ain't got no chance in hell.
UK, Sacramento, Denver.
I can't. Well, come on, bro. The Broncos is cool. UK
Who's your
is
baseball
cool.
team?
Who's
your baseball team?
The Braves, the Atlanta Braves.
Oh yeah, it's over.
And hey, they've been struggling for years too.
That's the whole team. Hey, it's over.
I know. I know.
Yeah, man, Ralph can't catch a break. But anyways, man, we're going to get on up out here for another great show. You can always catch previous shows on the YouTube channel, KY Beyond the Game. You can check out the podcast on all major streaming podcast platforms, as B makes that face. Right. We get ready to get on up out here.
Put that shirt back up, Q.
Which one?
You know, child support, man.
Hey.
Put that shirt up. That's the number one seller right there.
Right here. After fathers and our failed relationship.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
My bad. Before we get out of here, Daniel, hold on, man. About to get some of this BTG merch going on out here. This is one of them. This is the Jordan Goat brand right here.
Okay. I'm surprised you made that one.
I know that killed me.
I didn't say nothing. You see me rap, I was just like,
I know.
Got that joint right there.
I was waiting on the LeBron shirt, and I knew it was coming.
And then you got the hard work beats talent when talent won't work hard.
I like that, bro. I like that, man.
You got the rent-free joint because LeBron be living rent-free in these dudes' heads out here. You know what I'm saying?
God.
That's what the rent-free joint. But anyway,
we'll see you next week.
We gonna get on up there and thank everybody for tuning in. We want you to treat somebody how you want somebody to treat your mama. We got this joke.